We're going to turn now to the body of the lion. And what's important to understand is that this is very flat. This is a low relief carving, so there's not much in the way of wood to be removed. And despite that, we've still got to make 3 changes of plane. We've got to come down to this part, the abdomen, and down to the back leg, and then of course down to the background itself. So we need to be separating those out. But there isn't a lot of wood to be removed. This whole area from here, probably up here, like this is all going to be fairly flat. There's nothing much we can do about it. That's the nature of the beast, but this will be rounded over and rounded over here. But the important thing is to be clear about the outline so that we're very clear what we're looking at, and to separate these off again quite clearly. Now you can see I've already started here. I did that when I ran into the intaglio here. What I did is I took a V-tool and I slightly leant it over, so I took a slice out of here, like that. And that separates this from that. Now if I do this one here, I'm separating this from this one. So what you'll do is I would probably start at the back, pull this one back quite a way. So this is the furthest back part of the carving behind the body of the lion. So we've got to take this out of the way. So let's take this back here. And of course it's going to run into the edge there. But let's just take that back for the moment. We can leave this sticking up quite large. So this is quite proud coming forward, but this bit can go quite back. So we'll pull that back, there's the paper going. Now I'm going to start rounding that over a little bit as I come around here. This is sort of fur at the bottom. So leaving the foot for the moment, pulling that back here. Then as I feel I've got to the depth, the background here, let's leave that for the moment. Let's just clean that up. So I'll put that back in. So what I want is a fairly clean and sharp line that separates this from that. Now this will be rounded over, so we'll round that edge over, but there's not much we're going to be able to do. So round this edge over here, and it'll come round into this one there. So now we have this one. So we're really separating off changes of plane more than anything else. And we can make this quite a strong line by setting that in. So we've got a nice clear shadow so the viewer can see quite definitely what they're looking at here. And then this is coming down very gently, just a little bit of softening there, and then setting this one in. So there's a nice deep little shadow there where the two meet, and then this will just come round over there. So that's the first thing I'm doing, separating those bits off. Similarly, I'm going to separate, or I've started separating off the tail here. Same sort of way, putting a V-tool in around the outside edge, like so. But keeping a reasonable edge, then rounding this over behind that. So as I come down here, let me show you on this side, what I want to do is leave little wall of about 1 millimetre down there, so you've got a nice strong outline. So that's the first stage, is to get these various parts sorted out. And then from there we can, we can go into here, just as we did before. And then clean all this up. Make a huge difference when we get this paper off, you'll see. So here it is with the paper removed. It now becomes more integral. I really like the way that works. So, strong outlines to the various parts, okay, and the separation of the planes, that's the first thing. Now the actual surface of this we're going to texture a little bit, put some hair in these ends and things like that. So it's not finished. We can round this over here, but you can see how there's not much taken away. This is quite quick. It's mainly separating off here. So from here we can do the paw, which is exactly the same as doing this. So in fact it's easier because you can get in around the side. So I won't show that, but it's exactly the same. And the same here, we'll just round this over essentially as we've done. So we can do these two, and then we're sort of moving into the body. In fact, one of the things we can do, and we'll start doing this, is to take wood away here so we can start making that paw. But for the moment, let's just get those two done, and then we can move onto that more the front end. The paw's done and the tail's done. And make sure that the line looks as if it's passing neatly through into the page without any sort of steps. And with that, we can now move on to the head.